Did you know that the first French fries were not cooked in France? You know why? Because they were cooked in Greece.
Oh. How fitting for today.
Good morning, Daily Huddle. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning to each and every one of you that has made the decision to join us here on the Daily Huddle. I am happy. I am excited. I am delighted that each and every one of you have made the decision to watch us this morning. Well, my name is Vince Rountree. Myself and my business partner and friend, Rawlin Vanatta, we are co-hosts of the Health, Wellness, and Vitality Show. But Rawlin is traveling today, so I'm doing this thing by myself and I'm not used to flying solo. So forgive me if things seem a little bit different. The topic for today is part 3 of the hidden secrets that cause high blood pressure. And so today we are going to talk about what you can do to lower your blood pressure. I'll review the first 3 in case this is your first time, or the first 2 in case it's your first time joining, and then we'll go into the third one. Join us next week where we'll go into part 4 and you'll understand some of the causes of high blood pressure and what you can do about it. And lastly, I want all of you to understand that the medication doesn't fix these problems. It will lower your blood pressure. If you're on meds, you need to keep taking them while you're taking them. I don't have a medical license. I will never tell you to stop taking meds. What I can tell you is the food that you eat has a huge impact on your blood pressure. But before we get into that, we start off the Daily Huddle as we always do with a few questions. And so today we will start with, let me see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Miss Andrea Villa, how are you today?
Vince, I am the way I say I am. And today I'm eager.
Eager.
Yes,
Like
eager.
Just excitement. You're eager. Things are going to happen to you today.
I'm going to make them happen. Yes.
I love it. You are the way you say you are. Mr. Sorrell.
Yes.
Question for you today, sir. Where are you?
Oh my God, Vince, I am here, right where I'm supposed to be.
Here,
Right here.
just like here. You're here.
Here.
Ha! How about that? You are here. And Tara, the time is what?
Right now, my brother, the time is now.
The time is now. You are here. The time is now, and you are the way you say you are. I love it. One more question, Tara. What are you proud of today?
I'm so flipping proud of my husband and his life changes.
I'll bet you are. Maybe we'll talk about why you're so proud of your amazing husband later on, because there is a bit of a tie between today's topic and perhaps one of the reasons why you are so proud of your husband. Thank you for sharing that with us. So here is a brief review. So we talked about a couple of weeks ago, I showed a video, and it was part one of the hidden causes of high blood pressure. The first hidden cause is something that we call sludge blood. What in the world is sludge blood? If you missed that episode, a quick review is that sludge blood is an increase in viscosity of your blood. Oh, so what is viscosity? Viscosity is a liquid's resistance to flow. You can think of a high viscosity fluid as molasses or honey. When you pour molasses, especially if it's a little bit cold, very thick. The viscosity is very high. It resists flow. Versus water, if you pour water out of a glass compared to looking at molasses coming out of a glass, the water comes out really fast. Its viscosity is really low. Well, the viscosity of your blood also can change. And when the viscosity of your blood is higher, is thick, your blood pressure goes up. And every time you eat a high-fat meal, foods like hamburgers and French fries and fried chicken and pepperoni cheese pizza, foods that I'm sure you never eat, don't even know what I'm talking about. These foods are high in saturated fat, and that fat gets into your bloodstream, and it causes your blood to get thick, like sludge blood. And I actually showed a video of blood circulating throughout the veins after having eaten a high-fat meal, and the blood slows down. And that's cause one of high blood pressure. Number two, last week, we talked about the fact that salt is a hydrophilic agent. And what is hydrophilic? Means it loves water. It attracts water. And the fact that it attracts water, when you eat a high salt meal, that salt gets into your bloodstream and it increases the volume of your blood. Just as a review, we don't think about the volume of our blood, that it can change. But if you think about when you go to the bathroom and urinate, you ask, well, where did the urine come from? Well, it came out of your bladder. Well, how did it get into the bladder? Well, the kidneys filter out the liquid waste and it sends it to the bladder. And when you urinate, it comes out of you. Okay, where does that liquid waste come from? It comes from your blood. Well, that means if it has pulled liquid out of the blood, that means the volume of your blood has gone down. When you drink water, the volume of your blood goes up. And when the kidney filters out excess fluid, the volume comes down. So the actual volume of blood that is in your body changes. Now, when you eat a high salt meal, it attracts more water. And so instead of having 8 pints of blood circulating in your body, now you can have 10 pints of blood circulating in your body. The same one heart, the same 2 kidneys, the same liver, the same arteries taken around, but instead of 8 pints, you got 10 pints. So guess what? Your blood pressure goes up. And we also talked about, where does that salt come from? Not much of it is in the salt shaker. No, The vast majority of salt in the American's diet comes from chicken, cheese, processed foods, all very, very high in sodium. So when you get rid of those, you lower your sodium intake, the volume of your blood goes down and your blood pressure goes down. So that's just a review of the first two. Now, today we are going to talk about the condition, part one on the condition of your arteries. Now, the arteries this is a very interesting part of your circulatory system. In 1998, a scientist by the name of Robert Furchgott won a Nobel Prize for the discovery of nitric oxide signaling in the cardiovascular system. Well, who cares about that? Who cares about Furchgott and nitric acid? Nitric oxide, I'm sorry. Well, if you want to keep your blood pressure low, Furchgott's discovery is helpful. You see, he discovered that this wonderful molecule called nitric oxide causes your arteries to expand. You see, the inner lining of your veins and arteries has a substance in that's called the endothelium. And the endothelium produces nitric oxide, which is a gas, and that causes your arteries to swell up. It makes the arteries flexible and it makes them expand. Now, trivial question. How long is all of the veins, arteries, capillaries, all throughout your body? Sorrel, give me a guess. Give me a guess.
I'll give you a guess. I'd say about over 100,000 miles.
I'll tell you what, that may sound like a ridiculous number, but it's not. It's pretty close. The actual number is 60,000 miles. Ridiculous. How in the world can you have 60,000 miles of veins? Look, I got one big one right here. I hate when I smile real big and pops out of my head. And I've had clients that tell me, you know, Vince is getting excited when that vein pops out of his head right there. 60,000 miles. So why do I bring that up? Why do I bring that up? Because if you think about how long that is, and the diameter of your arteries, imagine this, it's like this, but if it goes from this to this, over 60,000 miles. Imagine how that can lower your pressure. Imagine how that can lower your blood pressure. You see, when you eat saturated fats, animal products, processed foods, it makes the arteries stiff. But when you eat fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and particularly green leafy vegetables. You see, green leafy vegetables are nitrate-rich vegetables, and that nitrate-rich vegetables, when you chew those things up and ingest them, that helps the endothelium layer, the inner lining of your veins and arteries, it helps them to make more nitric oxide. And that's what Furchgott won the Nobel Prize on, the discovery of this gas called nitric oxide, and the fact that the endothelium makes this nitric oxide and it expands the arteries. That lowers the blood pressure. So when you eliminate the high-fat foods, the chicken, the fish, the beef, the pork, the cheese, the oils, These are foods that cause your arteries to be stiff. And then in addition to that, when you eat green leafy vegetables, that can convert the nitrates to nitrites to then nitric oxide, and that allows your arteries to expand. When your arteries expand, your blood pressure goes down. When your arteries are stiff, your blood pressure goes up. And blood pressure medication does not affect that. Blood pressure medication affects other things. So you can see from sludge blood caused by saturated fat in the diet, in a higher volume of blood caused by sodium. And today we're talking about the stiffness of the arteries. You start combining all of these things. And when you start eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, lentils, split peas, chickpeas, potatoes, brown rice, you start eating these foods and your blood pressure can drop. And it can happen pretty quickly. In fact, we have had people on our weight loss challenge who has seen significant drops in their blood pressure. We had a woman that I went to high school with. She had been on blood pressure meds for 26 years. 26 years. She remembers the date. She says it was July the 6th of 1996 is when she started blood pressure meds. 11 days of plant-based. Her doctor told her she no longer needs any of those pills. 26 years of medication, 11 days of plant-based, throw the meds away. Her doctor told her she does not need them because her blood pressure is now in control without the pill. So when your doctor tells you, once you start these blood pressure meds, you will need to take them for the rest of your life, I'm here to tell you that is not necessarily true. And the only way to know is to give your body a chance. Feed your body fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, lentils, split peas, chickpeas, potatoes, brown rice, oatmeal. Eat those foods and watch what happens to your body. Then see what happens to your body. Give your body a chance and it has the power to heal itself. All right. I now am going to open this up for any questions or any comments for anyone who is watching that has any thoughts that they may want me to address or discuss. Who has something for me in the area of blood pressure this morning? Yes, Miss Tara Heaton.
Some of you all may have heard this because I came on early, but maybe just a handful. My husband has been on blood pressure medicine for only about 2 years, but still he's been on it. And he started eating below the red line, which is no fats, no oils. He gets his fats through the beans. And I'm trying to explain this the way I understand it in layman's terms. He eats whole grains, beans, fruits, and vegetables. And his blood pressure has let's see what it's been now, 9 days. There's no other word to use. It's plummeted. He can't take the blood pressure medicine anymore. So I'm just here to say, rock on. I don't have a question. I'm just your happy student.
His blood pressure has plummeted. The body wants to heal itself. The body is a healing machine. But if you keep injuring it, it can't heal. If you continue to smoke and you have lung cancer, the lungs cannot heal. If you stop smoking after 10, 15 years, 20 years, you know, your lungs can look like you've never smoked before. I have no idea. Oh, actually, I can do that. If you stop smoking, did you know your lungs can heal to the point where your lungs look like you never smoked? You could have been on blood pressure for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, and the body wants to heal itself. Just stop beating it up with those foods. And let's see what your body can do. Sorrel.
In the quick fix world that we live in, there's a supplement for everything. What about nitric oxide supplements or supplements that actually stimulate the endothelial layer to produce more nitric oxide? Where does those fit? Right?
That is really a fantastic question. And there are pills. There are, you know, shortly, I mean, it didn't take long after First Scott won the Nobel Prize for supplement manufacturers to say, hey, here it is, here it is, here it is. Here's the problem. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You see, the system is not that simple. It's not for you to take the pill in hopes and prayers that the contents of that pill can be absorbed in the digestive system, maybe absorbed in the stomach, maybe absorbed in the small intestine, and that it can get into the arteries and can get into the endothelium and give the endothelium what it needs in order to expand, doesn't work. The process is not the same. It's just kind of like the example of the fact that most blood pressure meds don't treat the cause. Blood pressure meds lower your blood pressure by affecting other biochemical process, biochemical mechanisms. This ACE inhibitors, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, and ARBs, angiotensin receptive blockers, and beta blockers, they affect other systems. And just like this nitric oxide pill, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to chew the vegetables, ingest them, allow the salivary amylase and the pancreatic amylase, and allow the systems to do their jobs. And the body knows how to take the high nitrate vegetables and step by step by step by step, get that to where it needs to be so that you get the result. But the pill is a different form and it doesn't work. In short, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah, Vince, thank you for that. Now, there's eating the vegetables, chewing them, and letting the body do what it does best. How does exercise come into play? Can exercise alone or combined with the type of nutrition that we're recommending make a difference? How do exercise impact the circulatory system?
Absolutely. And I'll also throw in there sleep also. So eat, sleep, move. Eat, sleep, move. Actually, those three, and you want me to throw in another one, I'll say manage your stress. Those four elements are actually critical. I talk the food a lot because the food has the biggest impact, but sleep is huge. If you are not getting ample sleep, your glucose is going to be higher, your blood pressure is going to be higher, because the body does so much healing while you sleep. Exercise is absolutely critical because your body is meant to move. And when you move, I mean, even if you just stand, and it doesn't necessarily require you go to the gym. I mean, you certainly can do that. I mean, I like going to the gym, but just walking is a huge help. If you can jog, great. That's even better. But all four of those things make a difference. Tara, thank you for that testimonial. Thank you for sharing. Have a fantastic appointment and a great day. And I look forward to seeing you and Mike later on this evening. Yeah, so all of those are work together. Plant-based eating, exercise, sleep, and stress management. They all work together. So great questions. All right, I am seeing where it is 28 minutes after the hour. My goal is to end on time. I still may not. But I want to finish with this. You only have one body in this lifetime. If you don't take care of it, where are you going to live? You only have one body in this lifetime. So eat as though your life depends on it. Just eat more fruits, eat more vegetables. If that's all you do today, eat a couple of extra servings of fruits and vegetables. Eat as though your life depends on it, because it does. My name is Vince Rountree. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.